What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm LotusAsakura, the one who never knows best, and today I'm bringing you the rest of my most recent City of Mayhem Dragon Ball FighterZ online tournament run, because I've been sitting on these matches and neglected to do the post commentary, so I'm knocking those out now before I get back to the other videos, the usual ranked matches, and as well as I still have my NLBC run from my most recent entrance into that tournament as well that I still need to cover. So, trying to go ahead and knock these videos out as quickly as I can. That being said, when we last left off, we had won winners round 1 and round 2 against our first couple opponents, Acoustics and Shadow Neos, and then in winners round 3, I was facing off against an opponent by the name of Muse, Tony Muse being his FighterZ ID or whatever, playing a team of Android 18, Krillin, and Android 21, a very unique and unorthodox team that I wasn't familiar with. I hadn't seen anyone play before, and I hadn't heard of, I don't think, of Muse before, and I wasn't familiar with who he was or how he played. But one bit of information I did have to go off of into this match was the fact that he had beat Meezy 2-1 in the set before he fought me. So I was like, oh, he must be pretty good, because I don't know if you guys know who Meezy is, but Meezy is a player who has a pretty unorthodox main team himself in Videl, Janemba, and Android 17. Those are the three characters he played. It took me a second to remember, but yeah, Videl, Janemba, and Android 17, and he's really good with it. He's made multiple top 8s in City of Mayhem, so I was like, wow, if this guy beat Meezy, he must be pretty good. So going into it, I had my I had my dukes up. I was going into it a little bit not apprehensive, but just like, on guard. But as you can see here in the first match, I was beating him pretty convincingly. Like, it was pretty one-sided. I messed up the mix-up there. It's all well and good, though. But yeah, we took out Android 18 without too much hassle. Krillin wasn't really giving us any trouble. His Android 21, I mean, she's there, but she ain't really getting the job done. And even though I'm dropping a couple of combos, I'm making it look pretty good out here. So I was like, wow, if I can just do this in game number 2, then it should be smooth sailing through calm seas. Now I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think in the winner's side of the tournament, and maybe for the entire tournament, I don't actually know, I don't remember if I got to see him in these matches, Meezy might have been playing a different team as opposed to his usual main team. I think I heard somebody say something along those lines, so maybe that's why this guy beat him before. And I can say I have played Meezy, and I've gotten bodied by Meezy. Now, we actually, matter of fact, speaking up, I played Meezy on stream a few days ago in a 1st to 5. And he won, but it was at first it was one-sided, but I started to win more games as the set went on, and then it ended up being pretty close in the very end. But I did record it. I figured maybe I could keep it as lost files. But if you guys know who Meezy is, or if you'd just be interested in seeing that set, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, because there were some pretty good games. A couple of them I got slapped up, a couple of them I looked pretty good, and then in the end it was actually pretty close. So if you'd like to see that set, be sure to let me know. Anyway, back to this match though. He's trying to put in work with his Krillin. I'm mashing Vanish. He actually did manage to take out the base Vegeta and then started to make a bit of a comeback, you can see. I'm actually on the defensive now. I burned my Sparking while he still has his, but after holding the super dash, he's like, I'm popping mine because I don't want to have to hold no mix up. And then, after I get blown back, I just 5S, he gets hit. I confirm off of it with the empty Vanish. He immediately guard cancels upon blocking Trunks, knowing that he doesn't want to do anything with that mix up. Good break on the Dragon Rush after the Bardock B assist. That was really, really good. And then the EX dive from Android 21 for the combo. That was really good. Caught me with the 3M, but didn't key blast. Maybe believed that the Krillin assist was going to reach me. Not really sure. Either way though, upon landing, she gets tagged by an EX Lariat, auto combo. And did I go for the air dash reset? I did, and he actually got hit. I went for the jump heavy. She got her dome piece cracked. Bardock gets the full combo, knockdown, keep it simple, one bar do the trick. And honestly, I probably could have killed with no bar if I just knocked down a Trunks assist, or if I want to be a bit safer but still a bit more, save a bit more meter, I could have done EX spin into Trunks assist, and that would have killed her either way. But it's not that big of a deal. I had such a big lead here. I wasn't necessarily worried about what was the most optimal decision at the time. As you can see there, he gets hit by 6M, back dashes. I hit him with another EX Lariat. I was actually getting a lot of mileage out of EX Lariat with Bardock. I feel like that's just been in general though. Like, I feel like I've been catching a lot of people with the EX Lariat. It's a move that I guess maybe I hadn't been using enough before, or maybe I wasn't using it well enough before. Either way though, that's us taking game 1 over Tony Muse. Oh, also, by the way, I noticed I noticed after reading some of the comments in my last video that there was like a choppy frame thing, and I thought I had fixed that. I thought that issue had been resolved, but now that I look back, I see that some of my post-commentary videos for these tournament matches still have that issue, and I think I've got the solution. I think I figured it out, so you guys can feel free to let me know. I mean, I'll see it for myself, but this video shouldn't have the same choppiness that the last video did. That being said, despite the video being choppy, I appreciate you guys for still watching it, sticking around, and enjoying the content, sticking through for the commentary and what you can make of the gameplay. I didn't realize, because like when I'm playing it back, when I'm editing, it doesn't look like that to me, but then when it gets uploaded on YouTube, that's how it looks. So I don't know, it's really weird. But I should have it all figured out. Anyway, back to the match. You can see once again tagging Android 21 with an EX Lariat straight into the level 3, both for the damage and for the knockdown, thinking that they might pop Sparking, but I actually opt for the mash on Wake Up. Got clapped by the base Vegeta assist, but I wasn't able to properly confirm, and that confirm was kind of ridiculous. Like the way that jump light and the second one like auto corrected, that was, I don't know. I mean, that's just Dragon Ball being Dragon Ball. Like it's happened before, but just every time I see it, I'm just never not surprised. I get clipped by the, well, not even just clipped, I get hit in the face by the Krillin rocket system. The hit stun is actually pretty ridiculous. I've seen it in action, right? So I know how much better Krillin's rocket assist is than it used to be, because I know it has more hit stun, more block stun, and it doesn't get beat out by super dash. Wow, that was such a good JM into confirm with the J2H. But I mean, I'm not even no cap. I gotta give myself some props for that one. The take throw, you hate to see it. But yeah, I don't know what the actual frame data is on Krillin's assist now. I just know that its properties were changed a bit and it is better, but I don't know the exact frame data because I've never labbed Krillin. But you know, that's just me. Anyway, I popped my Spark here early to keep the team alive. He's got a ton of meter though. I'm like, sparking might keep me alive, but if he spends all the bar, that's just like pretty much what I'm going to do. He decides to opt for only level 3, and Krillin's level 3, okay, I'd say is actually pretty good. Plus, you can't really see what's going on there, but I'm a base Vegeta player, so you know the vibes. Wake up, EX Rocket Kick, go for a little bit of a loop here, J2H, knee dive, you know the vibes, and then I tag out into Bardock with the Ultimate Z change, which, by the way, I still get this question all the time, like every single day, whether it be on Twitch or in the YouTube comments. How do you super with your other character without doing a super with the main character first? Basically, how do you tag into another character with a super without doing one with your point, right? If you want to do a level 1, you would do a half circle forward motion plus your assist that you want to call in for that. Or if you wanted to do a level 3, you do a half circle back motion plus the assist you want to call in order to get their level 3. And that's, yeah, hopefully that helps. Anyway, you can see they get the level 3 here. I actually mashed something on Wake Up. I'm not sure what I would have been mashing. I honestly don't remember, but it got me counter hit. They didn't confirm. It slipped into the jump heavy, straight into the Dragon Rush. We get things schmoovin' with your boy Trunks. Y'all know the vibes. Jump heavy to keep him jailed. Into the base Vegeta assist. Go straight for another overhead. Full corner combo with Trunks. That's going to be the end of Android 18. And with that, like my base Vegeta and my Bardock are still pretty low on health, but I have a full health Trunks, and as long as I just keep him back on his assist, I figured this game's as good as mine. I mean, he's got no sparking, almost no meter, and his characters are low. I just run up to him, and that's going to be the end of Krillin. Blam to a level 1, because 1 bar is actually not going to be enough here. Bring base Vegeta back in. So I should have done EX flip, you know, key blast into EX flip into the level 1, and that would have been able to not only kill Krillin, but more importantly, keep the healthy character in Trunks on point. But all's well that ends well. I do still find the hit on Android 21 without base Vegeta even getting a chance to get hit, and so we actually end up taking things 2-0 over Tony Muse. And I then looked at the challenge bracket. I realized who my next opponent was, and it was none other than DragonVonDoom, a player whom I have fought before and have beaten before, but have also lost to before. So I was curious to see how things would play out in that match. And so I moved on to winners round 4 to face off for DragonVonDoom, and I didn't realize it at the time, but if I'd actually beaten him here, I think that would have put me in winner's side top 8, which has been my goal. I've made top 8 already before, and I did it while playing Android 18, and everyone just swore up and down that if I played Base Vegeta, I'd make top 8 free. I guess you'll see how that actually ends up playing out. But yeah, if I didn't realize at the time, but if I had won here, that would mean that I get to advance forward into winner's side top 8. As you can see, he plays a bit of an odd team, a couple of characters that you don't usually see too much. Base Vegeta, I think he actually only even just started to learn, or maybe he played before but wasn't usually maining. Because when I played DragonVonDoom before, I'm pretty sure he was playing Blue Vegeta, Nappa, and Super Saiyan Vegeta. I don't remember if that was the exact order, but I see he's opted this time around to swap out Base Vegeta for Super Saiyan Vegeta for Base Vegeta. My bad, I almost said that in the wrong order. But yeah, you can see how things are playing out at the start. Not too good in my favor. I popped the Sparky to keep Base Vegeta alive, but then immediately raw tagging the Bardock just so he can recover the blue health, and I can get a healthy character out front. And he's just, I say this all the time, he's just all over me like white on rice. Kind of screws up the mix-up. I don't actually know if Base Vegeta even gets that 50-50 off the Blue Vegeta assist. And right here, that was a very questionable decision by me. I can only imagine I meant to call an assist there and not raw tag, because that was a very questionable raw tag by me. I had specifically swapped out Base Vegeta because his health was low, but it ended up working out. We get a guard cancel from the Nappa, but then I dropped the combo. And there's two things. One, I gotta get more consistent with my loops. I said before, I was feeling inconsistent with my combos this day, and I was like, maybe I should just swap back into Android 18 because I'm just dropping on my Base Vegeta loops. But even on top of that, I just need to learn better Base Vegeta combos for punishing guard cancel, because it's happened so many times where I've actually got a guard cancel and then I just go for 2M, 5M jump cancel and just go for like the regular air loops, and it's like, it's a decent combo, but I should be killing characters for that. Anyway, you'll see that one thing that's worth noting about DragonVonDoom, it's a pretty unique in comparison to a lot of people that fight. He's actually really good about blocking base Vegeta's EX rocket kick, and not only does he block it, he's realized the type of things I like to do after getting a rocket kick blocked, and he kind of always chases it down and gets the hit. That being said, you can see I did manage to find a Dragon Rush there and take down the Nappa, so I did end up getting the character lead, but since you saw a Spark on the table, this is still pretty much anyone's game. And yeah, DragonVonDoom, bit of an unorthodox play, as you can see there, whiffing those J2H's. And another thing about DragonVonDoom that I learned upon playing him before is that he is not afraid to mash, he's not afraid to push buttons. And he's one of those players that's, you know, kind of hard to condition, which is the case for a lot of players in Dragon Ball FighterZ. I feel like this game is just so enabling for so many different types of play styles, and especially for the type of play style people who like to push a lot of buttons, because you just have so many options in this game. Yeah, it's just really hard to get people to respect you in this game. And I would know, like, I'm no stranger to mashing myself. I love waking up with EX rocket kick. I love pushing buttons on wake up. So yeah, see, I kind of get blessed right there. Kind of got schmicks. He catches me low, goes for his base Vegeta loops, doesn't drop them this time, and gets the full combo, command grab, level 1, level 3, and I believe that's the end of Trunks. And so now I'm down to my Bardock, my base Vegeta, against his blue Vegeta and his base Vegeta. Now, while I feel like I have the better duo here, because I think Bardock is certainly a better character than Vegeta Blue, he's got, excuse me, he still has his Sparking on the table, which I do not. But I do have a fair amount of meter, so it's like, it's relatively even. I put a lot of weight into Sparking as a resource. He's respecting my defense a lot until he didn't, then he reflects into the Rekkas. And another thing that's worth noting about this matchup is that I don't have a lot of experience or knowledge on Blue Vegeta or Nappa, so they're two characters who, like, in certain scenarios I respect a lot more than I necessarily should have, and in other scenarios I disrespect in scenarios where I shouldn't have because I wasn't aware of what they were capable of. One such instance of that is something that I didn't learn until after this match, because DragonVonDoom himself told me, is that there's actually a glitch or a bug where when Vegeta Blue's like throwing Ki Blast on the ground, he can't 2H. So if you super dash his Ki Blast, he can't 2H you. Now that's a piece of information that would have helped me out tremendously in this matchup, but it's something that I didn't know at the time, and so it would have drastically changed my approach and my neutral against that character, because there were times where he was throwing out Ki Blast and I was like, yeah, I know he's trying to bait out a super dash, but little did I know, maybe he wasn't. He was just calling my bluff and testing me to see if I knew, and then when he realized that I didn't know, he was able to use that to his advantage. But then after the set, he told me, he was like, yeah, Vegeta Blue actually has this glitch where he can't 2H properly. So yeah, just a little tip for you Vegeta Blue players to keep an eye on, and then a piece of tech, I guess, as well for those of you who are fighting Vegeta Blue. Yeah, you can see, like, this match is it's still anyone's game, but he's looking like he's making a pretty strong, a convincing argument that he's gonna win it. I'm trying desperately to get a hit here with Bardock. He finally pops his Sparking, and again, like, I finally was like, all right, I'm just gonna super dash his Ki Blast, but you can see I'm respecting him a little bit, but choosing the wrong time to super dash, I get caught by the big bang. He empty banishes for the confirm. Simple combo into the level 1. Down goes my Bardock, and so DragonVonDoom takes game number 1. But I was like, well, okay. I felt like that match was relatively even for most of it. Again, I'm still, like, a little bit unsure about how to properly approach Vegeta, yeah, Blue Vegeta and Nappa, but like I said, I've also played DragonVonDoom before, and I've beaten him before. We haven't played much, but we played a little bit, and I was able to win one of my sets against him, so I was like, I know that I can do it, it's just a matter of doing it. Again, I get the hit with base Vegeta, drop my loops though, I do find the air-to-air on his base Vegeta, and then again, I drop my combo. Like I said, I just wasn't, despite everybody giving me mad props for how I was playing this day, and I did end up placing pretty decently in the tournament, I just felt like my base Vegeta was just not up to snuff that day. Like, I really wanted, and there's no real reason why I didn't. It was more so just wanting to stick to my guns and just play the tournament out with the team that I'd chosen to play. That's just kind of how I've been approaching these tournaments online. But yeah, I really at this point wanted to swap out to 18. I was like, man, I just keep dropping on my combos. But I was like, nah, I'll just stick it out. Pop the Sparking right there because I don't want to deal with any of Nappa's mix. Keep the base Vegeta alive. He just 5H's through the Bardock. He's going crazy. I'm just, yeah. I find a touch off the Ki Blast, empty vanish for the confirm, get the full combo, and I just keep it simple this time. I'm just like, I keep dropping on my combos. We're just gonna keep it simple. Knee dive, level 3, so we can get Bardock in and get base Vegeta out. And yeah, I was hoping here that he would pop his Sparking just because I wanted that resource off the table. But yeah, he wasn't budging. He did, however, mash vanish, and I was able to punish it. But I'm not that nasty. I didn't have the bar, and I missed the extension off the base Vegeta assist. But it's okay, because Trunks always got my back. Even when he's not on the field, he on the field. You know, he always out here for the boy. You feel me? He always putting in for the squad. Damn, that 2H was kind of insane. I blocked it, but then I got hit by the Blue Vegeta assist. And that's another thing. I don't feel like I was playing around his assist very well, particularly the Vegeta Blue assist. I think I got hit by that multiple times. I managed to find a hit here, though, on the base Vegeta. We take him to the corner. I extend it off the base Vegeta assist. Don't spam the Trunks assist, so I want to keep one on deck. Try to hit him with a meaty. He delays his tech. and then he's being pretty patient here on defense, and then he goes for the foil, the mash, you know what I'm saying? Manages to fight his way out of the corner, and now I'm the one trapped. Boom, boom. I'm mashing Vanish. I'm just like, screw it. I have the character lead. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to take a couple of risks here. I'm willing to be a little bit scrubby. He throws out the Ki Blast, then tries a 2H and a rocket kick. I see that he does the rocket kick, and I'm like, I know as a base Vegeta player that it's not actually safe to rocket kick after getting a 2H block, so I just 2H him for his troubles. And I'm like, okay, this is exactly what I needed. This is exactly the positioning I needed. I'm still hesitant because he has Spark on the table, but I'm thinking to myself, oh, I should have this game. It's not over till it's over, but yeah, we flip over and we get the 2-1. It's like, yes, sir. This is exactly what I needed. This is exactly what I needed. Take him to the corner. He delays his tech again, which he does that a lot. Get him to spend his sparking, and he's throwing these Ki Blasts. And you'll see, like, I'm not super dashing him. I was respecting the Ki Blast because I was like, he's throwing out one at a time. He's throwing those Ki Blasts to bait out a super dash. I was like, I'm going to just jump over him. I'm going to try to jump in. He manages to find a hit regardless. Hits me with the level 3. Trunks loses a ton of life, and I, being the idiot that I am and not fighting players of that caliber who do it often, forget that you can air dash there because almost no one ever does it to me. So I get hit overhead and Trunks goes down. And then he's with the round start Rekka, and then empty vanishes, and I'm like, oh no, Lotus, what's going on? We're throwing it away, baby boy. It's not looking very good for our hero. Just like that, I lost 2 characters in the blink of an eye, and he still has sparking left. And I'm just like, bro, what do I do against Blue Vegeta? There's no way I'm going out like this. He reacts to my whiffed vanish off the Ki Blast and tries to 2H it, but fortunately he was out of range. I don't punish him. I whiff. He goes for 2M. And I die. I choked. I choked. I was feeling good. I was feeling confident. It really, I say I choked, and I mean, that's how it looks on paper, right? Because when you allow somebody to make a 1v3 comeback, but it really didn't feel like a choke. It just felt like he just outplayed me. He just did what he had to do to get the W. So yeah, pretty unfortunate for me, and that was us going down 0-2 to DragonVonDoom. I was a little upset with myself because that should have been my game. You know, I let that one slip away, but it is what it is. I was like, all right, let's just make this losers run. At least that's what I told myself, right? And so when I realized where I was in the bracket, I was like, oh, if I can just win a game or 2 and losers, that puts me in top 8 again. So that'd be pretty cool. And at first I was like, I should be able to do it, until I saw who my opponent was. Dismantle X playing the team of Bardock, GT Goku, and Z Broly. Now, while I've never played Dismantle myself or talked to him prior to this match, I've seen more than enough of his play at City of Mayhem and LBC. And I was well acquainted with his prowess in the game and his team. Now, I did manage to get a pretty good hit here on this Bardock. You know, we jump back heavy, get the full combo, right? But GT Goku and Broly, they really be doing a number on your boy. That was such a good jab. I overextended and I ended up putting myself in the corner. I should have backdashed instead of like continuing trying to apply the pressure. But he sticks out the jab with Bardock, gets the full combo here. But yeah, man, y'all, when I see Broly, is just like, I already know I'm in for trouble. I struggle so much against that character. And, you know, I've learned some good Broly counterplay, and I have a pretty good idea of how I want to try to approach the character. It's just something I need to work on. But one of my biggest issues with Broly is not wanting to allow them to zone me out, and more so, how do I explain? A good strategy against Broly is to let Broly come to you, because he can keep you out all day long. And the thing that I've always struggled with when it comes to the characters I play and fighting Broly is that I feel like all of my characters except for, well, let me put it like this. I feel like I struggle in neutral against Broly. I feel like my neutral is weak in general, and the characters I play don't have strong enough neutral to counter Broly that well. I feel like Bardock just gets zoned out. Trunks is really good against Broly until Broly gets a barrier up, then you're kind of just screwed. Base Vegeta, I've got EX Rocket Kick, so that's a really good tool against him. And then when I play Android 18 has literally nothing that can beat Broly, right? However, my concern has always been, what can I do to get in on Broly? That's always been my problem. I'm just like, I can't get in on this character unless I'm Base Vegeta, right? That's usually how I feel. But it doesn't, I don't have to get in on him. Okay, I can't get in, but then I should just let him come to me. I should just camp Broly out and let him make the advancements and capitalize on any mistakes they make, or just allow them to come to me. Because like, if he's just keeping me out with Ki Blast and with like the, I don't know the exact notation for the move, I think it's his 236S, the eraser blow, whatever the move is, that move right there, that's his assist. I just let them come to me. Now the problem with that is, I lack the patience. I lack the patience in neutral. I always feel like I need to be the one to find a way to get in, but that's not necessarily the case. So that's something I'm telling myself that I need to keep in my mind mentally, and to you know, try to incorporate into my play as a method of counterplay against Broly. Be more patient, camp the character out, let him come to you, if you know, and just don't let him force you into a block string, I guess. Anyway, I haven't been talking a lot about the actual match, but you'll see it's actually not that bad. Like, it's, I say as I get fucking yoinked. by this massive monster of a character and lose my base Vegeta. But it was relatively even. I mean, my sparking's off the table and I just lost the character, but prior to losing base Vegeta, it wasn't that bad. The classic of me trying to reflect GT Goku assist and going over my head and then dismantle jumping in with the jump heavy on Broly. Yeah, it's just, that's another thing, is that playing around the GT Goku assist is still really hard for me. I've gotten better at it, but I still feel like it just completely counts the way I want to play neutral. And then like, because my instinct when I see an assist is to try to jump over it, and then I just jump into GT Goku assist, and then when I have the you know, the awareness to stay on the ground, I oftentimes try to reflect it only for it to go over my head because I didn't have the spacing right. And I thought I was going to block it when I really wasn't, and then I get whiff punished for whiffing a reflect. Anyway, working on this comeback, you can see we get the key blast with the Broly. That was such a good block by him, man. Yeah. I do manage. It's funny though, he blocked that, but then I just do a regular flip into a super dash and gets caught. He tries to poke out. I get the hit, but I don't confirm it. He down techs buttons, and it's just, he's got so much bar, and I'm like, bro, he's gonna hit me with a level 3. I'm gonna guess wrong, and I'm about to die. That's pretty much what's going through my head at this point. I don't have sparking on the table. Broly's a grappler, so it's not like I can risk trying to go for a guard cancel or anything, because it might just get command grabbed. But I don't really know what happened there. I actually don't know what happened there. All I know is that I teched out, EX flip, jump heavy, and he lost Broly. And taking out Broly made me feel really good about the possibility of still making this comeback, but GT Goku, man, is... The thing about GT Goku, or there's several things, I still think this character is very much top tier and very strong. It still has one of, if not the best assist in the game. But one thing I get caught slipping by with GT Goku is the air-to-air game, bro. I feel like his jump light is so much better. It's like so deceivingly good. Like it's disjointed. Like I think I said in the last video, but oh my, that's exactly what I'm talking about right there, bro. It feels like I'm fighting Piccolo sometimes in the air against GT Goku, because the character's so small, so he's really hard to catch. And then when I go for these air-to-air situations, it's just I get beat out. And again, maybe I should be incorporating a similar, you know, frame of mind against GT Goku. I'm like, I should let this character come to me, but I don't know. Against GT Goku, I'm just like, nah, bro, I can't allow it to happen. But it makes sense, right? Because the character's so small and so slippery, and his movement's so good, and his jump light is kind of disjointed. So it's like I don't know. Maybe that should be my approach to the character. I'm not entirely certain. It's something I'll think about and I'll play around with. But anyway, in the game 2, you see he gets the first hit with Bardock. I get my ankles blessed. Don't know why I wasn't blocking low, but that's going to be a full combo. So that's a Broly assist in the background too. Extend off that into the Key Blast 5H medium spin. I wake up with the Rocket Kick. He was actually doing a decently good job of defending against Rocket Kick for the most part, but you know, you can't block him all, right? I get my full loop combo, hit him with the Key Blast Oki. He reflects all that. I was waiting for a raw tag there. That's why I hesitated after those reflects. He didn't go for it though, and I do manage to find a hit. And I was like, all right, bet if I can, you know, actually pull off these loops, I can probably kill the character. But as was the case a lot that day, I ended up dropping it. I try to back my way out of that situation, get caught by GT Goku. He drops it. I don't know what I was thinking there. I think I called the Trunks assist. No, I remember exactly now. Especially looking back and confirms it. I called Trunks assist thinking that he'd be on the ground. I wanted him to block the beam, and then I was going to raw tag into Bardock. But since I was holding forward, I wasn't holding back, so I was trying to quick tag, and so Vegeta ended up dying, and then I just ended up losing him instead of raw tagging the Bardock. It's alright though, we got a pretty good area at the start, took him to the corner, got another combo on him. I'm thinking, okay, I should probably level 3 here, and if nothing else, get him to spend his sparking. That's pretty much my goal here. I put a lot of stock into sparking as a resource, and if I get my opponent to spend that before me, I always feel good about my odds of winning the match. So that's what I wanted here more than anything. I just go for Dragon Rush, because I was like, okay, if I get the Dragon Rush, he dies, and if he sparks, then bet, I get him to spend the sparking. He breaks the throw though, gets the hit, and then swaps out GT Goku for Broly, and I'm like, oh no, that's probably the worst case scenario of what could have happened here. He gets Broly out, which I don't feel comfortable fighting with Bardock, and he got the hit, and I lost over half my life. EX command grab into full combo, and yeah, just excellent play by Dismantle. Just excellent play. Like, I can't even be mad at it. Except he dropped the combo. He dropped the combo, but it's still Broly. I'm just like, I'm getting staggered. I'm gonna run into something, and then I try to reflect the EX lariat, run into, yeah, it's just Key Blast on Key Blast on Key Blast. This character, man. I know they made the best grappler in the game, also the best zoner in the game. Can't believe it. I managed to EX flip over the Key Blast though, find him with the jump heavy, hit him with the Shining Slash, but it's just like, okay, I have a long road ahead of me if I want to make this comeback. I don't know how that actually caught him slipping. I literally did it just to see if it would throw him off, but it's surprising it did, and so we managed to crack his dome piece with Trunks. I don't think there was a way I could have killed there. Well, if I had done the actual corner combo I was supposed to, maybe I would have been able to kill him, especially if I'd ended it with EX Slash. Yeah, I might have been able to. Good block by him. He pops the sparking, but I felt pretty good about that. I was like, okay, if I can get him to spend his resource and then take out Broly, that'd be great. So you see, I'm just kind of going crazy. I was throwing out all my specials, using up all my bar, trying to get that hit on Broly. And I realized, I was okay. Once he got that hit here, I was like, okay, I need to calm down. Don't focus too much on like trying to like bring it back. Just stay calm and place one character at a time. Like, you've got the sparking, so you've got a decent amount of health. I'm getting hit here, but it's like, This is doable. Like, you've been here before and you've won many times against players just as strong, right? So you can do this. What I didn't anticipate was upon whiffing that and then empty vanishing, him continuing to throw out light with Bardock and then actually getting the full combo on me. That put a huge wrench in my plans. Kind of rained on my parade there. I was kind of mad at myself for getting hit by that, but I was it was like, okay, it is what it is. We managed to empty vanish out of the corner. That was excellent. That was excellent. I knew that he would try to do something, so I jumped back into the jump heavy, caught him slipping. We get the full combo on Bardock and we take him out. And I'm losing my sparking at this point, but Broly's literally one touch GT Goku. I might need two, but I only need one off the right combo, right? So I'm just like, stay back. I avoid the GT Goku since I go under it. I wanted the empty vanish to punish that, but I was out of sparking. I wasn't paying enough attention. I get the hit there, didn't confirm it. It's okay. He tried to do something. I6M, he gets hit, and I'm like, bet. It's a one-touch game. I only need one combo on GT, except he jumps forward and hits me with the air-to-air jump light. And yeah, that's him taking the game. That GT Goku jump light, man, I'm telling y'all, it's deceptively good. When I'm in the air against GT Goku, it kind of feels like I'm in the air against Piccolo. On top of him having the 236H and the 236 or the 214H, he also has a really good jump light. And then the JS is like, not something you need to be constantly concerned about, but it can catch you slipping if you're not aware. So yeah, that's pretty much where my run ended. And I believe that meant I ended up getting 9th. Yeah, I got 9th in this tournament, so I was one game shy of top 8, but it'd be like that when it be like that. I felt pretty good about my play overall in the end, but I didn't feel good while I was playing. But you know, you can't really be too mad at 9th place. Anyway, though, that's pretty much where we're gonna wrap things up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you can stay tuned for all lots of content I'm bring you. And with all the being said, that's pretty much all I have today. And remember, not the capital to swing the bat. Later.